This is a Life in the 1900s newspaper special. What was it like being a black person in the 1920s? Well, let's read the newspaper and find out. Before we start reading our paper, I want to talk about famous black entertainers of the 20s. And the most famous I can think of is Bill Bojangles Robinson.
Dancing, Bill Bojangles, dancing, old Bill Robinson, dancing, Coke was daddy, king of the New York State. Now Richmond, Virginia was his home, but New York claimed him for their own. Good sports lover was a baseball fan, from Virginia but a Yankee man. Dancing, Bill Bojangles, dancing, old Bill Robinson, dancing, Coke was daddy, king of the New York State. Love, shooting, other fun, pride of the bar is Harlem son. As a kid, he never once was whipped.
One of the greatest entertainers, especially in his dancing, that there ever was. He was probably most well known for his collaboration with Shirley Temple in her movies. If you stay tuned to the end of this video, you'll see a bit more of Mr. Bojangles and other black entertainments of the 1920s. Today's special newspaper is the Gazette from Cleveland, Ohio, dated Saturday, December 9th, 1922. All parents arrested, dismissed. Another great victory. Springfield, Ohio. As predicted in our last letter, the trial of cases for parents ordered into Justice Fred N. Carpenter's court resulted in their dismissal, and again the desperation of the superintendent McCord was exposed by his reign of terror, given another damaging jolt. The Fulton Jim Crow School goes on its farcical way with its 10 or 12 teachers, misrepresentatives of Negro intelligence, with their 50 or less pupils wasting the taxpayers' money and enjoying the protection of the forces of law and order in a miserable endeavor to force the illegal thing on our self-respecting people of this community, who desire nothing more than their rights as citizens and an equal opportunity in the privileges and rewards of that citizenship. Back down. New York City. Leaving Charleston, South Carolina, October 29th on the Atlantic Coastline Railroad for Philadelphia, I took a seat in a coach 1014, which appearance was the same as the one occupied by the whites. In the forward end of the coach, on the left, ladies' toilet, and on the right, ladies' washroom. About 15 minutes after the train left Charleston, I noticed a young man go into the ladies' toilet. After coming out, he then went into the ladies' washroom. About 10 minutes later, 2 men did likewise. I thought something was wrong, so I began to investigate and found that at the rear end of the coach, the smoking room, with all accommodations for men, had been taken over by the whites, and our men were obliged to use the women's toilet, and if they wanted to smoke, they had to go to the platform of the car to do so, and at one time 6 or more were there smoking while the train was speeding along. Shortly after, the train conductor came along, and I asked him, "What about the men's smoking room and their toilet in that coach?" And he said that we would have to use the women's and go to the platform if we wanted to smoke. I told him that it was against the law of the interstate commerce and that I would report it. Later, I secured the names of a few witnesses. While I was getting the names, the conductor sat 3 or 4 seats back of me talking to 2 white men. Shortly afterwards, they disappeared into the smoking room, and a short while after, I noted a change. The smoking room was vacated by the whites and turned over to us before we reached Florence, South Carolina. It pays to contend for your rights and privileges. Did you know that in the 20s, the very first black woman pilot was Bessie Coleman? Due to prejudice in the United States at the time, no flying school would take her, so she had to go to France to be accepted to that flying school. In the 20s, it was popular to watch stunt flying, of which Bessie was one of them. This footage you're watching now is supposed to be probably her in action. She would parachute out of planes and also do a little wing walking. I think I would have got very dizzy. Wanted, man or woman, of neat appearance to represent us in the colored district. This is a fast-selling article and absolutely new. The right party can make $200 to $300 monthly easy. Call or write Mr. H.J. Brown, 409 West Superior Avenue, room 407. Just for fun, a pertinent query. An inspector had made a special visit to a certain elementary school in a big provincial town, and from his point of view, good results had been obtained. "Well," he said, "is there any lad who would like to ask me something?" "Yes, sir," cried a voice. "What time does your train leave?" "Improving fast." "Good morning, Mr. Smith. Is your wife better?" "Oh, yes. She's able to sit up and criticize everything I do now." Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more of my videos of reading newspapers of the different eras, just click and subscribe. Thank you very much.
That great quartet, the Mills Brothers. Dynamic Ella Fitzgerald. And the ever-popular Ethel Waters from the Gallery of Favorites.
Since my man and I together keeps raining all the time.
Now our youngest star, Sugar Child Robinson, 50 pounds of dynamite. Exciting Una Mae Carlisle, talented pianist and singer who composes her own material.
Tell me, honey, just to make 3. When in reality, seeing is believing and hearing is deceiving. No, it ain't like that. ABC, you follow me. It ain't like that, I say. No, it ain't like that. What you bet? It ain't like that.
The famous Duke Ellington, band leader, pianist, and composer. Louis Armstrong makes a film for Chesterfields. His shining trumpet has brought him fame in every medium of popular entertainment. The dancing feet of the beloved Bill Robinson now still last forever. Another fabulous figure mourned by all, the late Fats Waller.
Got my fingers crossed. Not that I'm superstitious, I'm afraid it's too good to be true. Yada yada, got my fingers crossed. No wonder I'm suspicious. I'm so gay and skies are much too blue. Blue, don't want no trouble with old man trouble. That goes double, yes, on account of because of love, yes. Got my fingers crossed. This thrill is so delicious. I'm afraid it's rock my soul, oh Abraham, oh rock my soul, oh Abraham, rock my soul, oh Abraham, rock my soul, oh Abraham, oh rock my soul.
Camilla Williams, leading soprano of the New York City Opera Company.
Play on your harp, hallelujah, hallelujah, little David, play on your harp, hallelujah. Little David, play on your harp, hallelujah, hallelujah, little David, play on your harp, hallelujah. Joshua was the son of Nun, he never would quit till it worked for the little David, play on your harp, hallelujah.
Lawrence Winters, whose golden voice has stamped him as one of the world's leading baritones.
What in the world could be so sweet as the thundering clatter of horses' feet in the song of the open road? Let me live and never worry about tomorrow. Why ever worry about tomorrow? For tomorrow's another day.